match. And really, the stadium looks a little full, but what's important is what's happening on the pitch, where the Super Eagles of Nigeria are taking on the Blue Sharks of Cape Verde. The first 45 minutes, really important one.
Yeah, this is delicately poised, no doubt about that. But the Super Eagles know there's another game, another match day for us.
certainly looks like they've got a few nerves, which isn't going to be helped by the early Nigerian goal. again, back with the centre half of Nigeria, Cruz Bakane, and he just pushes it under his stud to his right foot and finds a ball in towards midfield. Oribo can spin and turn away, gets up towards halfway. It's a lovely looking ball up towards the right channel, and so luckily they almost got away with it there, Nigeria, as they move forward. It was Osman, the goal scorer, moved out towards the right hand side. He miscontrolled the ball originally, and then was adjudged to a foul for Cape Verde man, and they move it out towards their right hand side, and it was a nice early ball with the left foot, looking for the run of Mendes, moving up towards the right hand side, but too much on it, and it's going to cross the touchline. It's a Nigerian throw-in, and we're approaching the 5-minute mark. So it's been a really good start from Nigeria. Cape Verde Islands looking ridiculously nervous at the moment, but it's worth bearing in mind that the past 3 victories, Cape Verde's won 3 in a row. The past 2 victories have been come from behind victories from Cape Verde Islands. They are no stranger to falling behind early in games. They've won the ball back down the right hand side. There's another early ball looking for the run of Mendes. He's not going to get there though, but how's going to win his side a corner. He was helped out by Tavares, who moved out towards the right hand side, but it came off the head of Balogun, the Nigerian centre half, and Cape Verde Islands have their first corner of the game. Nigeria had one just slightly earlier on. It's 1-1 on the corner count, but still 1-0 in the scoreline here. Cape Verde have this corner from the right hand side. Everybody looking on, lots of blue shirts in the 18-yard box. It's going to be a right-footed delivery from the right-hand side. It swings out away from goal, and the header's there, and it's 1-1! There is the equaliser, and what a start we've had to this game. He got completely free into the penalty area. It's Stapira who scored, was it? In fact, no, it's Fortes who scores in behind. He was completely free. In fact, no, I was right the first time. It's Stapira who scores for Cape Verde Islands. The corner came in, it was a lovely delivery, an outswinger from the right hand side. It was lifted up towards the penalty spot, and nobody tracks Stapira, and he volleys it in left footed through the goalkeeper and into the back of the net, and Cape Verde Islands are level. Excellent response for them. What a game we've got here. Game on in Lagos. Nigeria 1, Cape Verde Islands 1. Excellent finish, a really good finish. It's been a decent response to Cape Verde Islands. I was saying just a moment ago that they were looking slightly nervous, but they've responded in the best way from a set piece there. Now the goal, according to my monitor, has been credited to Verde, but it was clearly Stapira that scored. So strange one that. It's definitely Stapira, and number 2, the fullback for Cape Verde Islands. And it was 1-1, and Nigeria were trying to come down the right-hand side. Osman, the man who scored their goal, couldn't get on the end of the delivery down the right-hand side. It will be a goal kick to Cape Verde. What a start we've had to this game here. 7 minutes, or coming up to 7.5 minutes on the clock. 1-1, both teams here desperate to reach the next qualification campaign for this African group. Cape Verde win the ball back in midfield and then work it out now to the left-hand side. Moreira's going to try and come down the left up to the touchline. He's been fouled there. He's been tripped by Simon. It's going to be a free kick to Cape Verde, and they're starting to take the game a little bit by the scruff of the neck here. Really good run from Moreira in the midfield area for Cape Verde Islands, and he was just bundled over, and it was just a little bit impetuous, the challenge. It was Ndidi who actually bundled him over, and Cape Verde now have this free kick. It's very left of centre, just a couple of yards in from the left touchline, but just beyond the midway point of the Nigeria half of the field, and it could an excellent opportunity for either a left or right-footed delivery. Oroka Santos around the ball at the moment. He puts the symbol up. It could swing away from Okoye's goal. It goes in towards the 6-yard box, and there's a header there as well, and it's flicked on and just over the crossbar. Really unlucky. That one was Tavares who got in there, and his flick just went over the crossbar, but again, it was poor defending from a set piece from Nigeria. And Cape Verde Islands, as this game progresses, if they keep getting these opportunities in the box, might believe that they can easily do a job on Nigeria here. 8.5 minutes on the clock. It's 1-1, and it's been a very, very good start. An excellent advertisement for African football at the moment. Okoye is going to take the goal kick long over halfway. It's been flicked on, but Oshiman just loses his footing and he can't get on the end of it. The ball comes back out to the right hand side, and Nigeria twisting and turning, and eventually it drops down to the centre half position. They work it out to Awazian on the right hand side, and it comes back infield to Balogun, and now again out towards Ndidi, who just takes a touch, and he's just going to bring it back in towards the centre half, and They're just working it now, Troost-Ekong, and it's going to come back out towards the right-hand side again. Azawian's going to move it out to the left-hand side, and it's a poor ball from him over everybody and straight out for a throw into Cape Verde Islands, dead on halfway. And there's just a bit of a delay getting the ball back at the moment. Eventually a second ball comes in from behind the Cape Verde Islands man. And Fortes takes the throw in. It comes back again to the right-hand side. That's a really poor touch from Andrade, and it's gone out for a Nigerian throw in just inside their own half. Still on the left-hand side for Nigeria, and they throw backwards now towards Balogun. It's going to come out to Awaziam. Awaziam just moves it with his right foot, 10 yards back from the halfway line. Now shifts it on to Simon, who's just inside the Cape Verde half. He goes in towards the central area of field. They move it forward. Now they're 10 yards outside the area, and it's quick football. Iwobi's trying to receive it. Trying to release Auserman down the right-hand side. He does well to receive the ball and tries to get it in towards the box. That's been blocked. Simon keeps it alive. Iwobi tries to turn it back in towards the path of Simon. It comes back out. There's a shot from distance, and it's just gone to the right-hand side of the goalkeeper, and he moves across and just gathers it up with ease, does the keeper. Good effort from Iwobi, the Everton man, former Arsenal player, of course, and the ball's been moved forward by Cape Verde, and the goalkeeper comes out and he gathers it up at the edge of his box, and they release the ball. It comes up towards halfway, right-footed ball out towards the left-hand side, and that's a poor ball, really. The goalkeeper is just going to let it drop over the byline, and Cape Verde Islands will settle for a goal kick. So we've played the first 10 minutes then. We're approaching the 11-minute mark here in Lagos. Nigeria 1, Cape Verde Islands 1. You are listening to Ben Ashelford describe this African World Cup qualifier. Nigeria, this point will suit them. This will is enough to take them into the final 10 of the African qualification campaign. Cape Verde Islands know that they have to win to leapfrog their host today, and they're trying to move the ball down the right-hand side. It was a long ball from the fullback, Stopera, but ultimately it goes out for a throw-in down the right-hand side, and it's been thrown straight down towards Balogun, and he brings the ball out to the midway point of the Cape Verde, the Nigerian half of the field. He squares it out to the right-hand side, and Simon can move the ball forward. Oshiman breaks to the right-hand side. He's now at the corner of the Cape Verde Islands penalty area, but he's been dispossessed there, and dispossessed really well by Lopez, who's gone across to tackle him. His clearance isn't good though, and it's been picked up in midfield for Nigeria from Aziwiam, and he's been fouled, and Nigeria have a free kick at the point of the centre circle on the right-hand side. It's been a really good start here in this African qualifying game, really good. The foul on that occasion was by Monterio for Cape Verde Islands, and the ball's been moved back already to the centre-half position for Nigeria. They try to turn it around the corner in midfield, and that's going to be another foul. It's a bit impetuous on that occasion, and it's Alex Iwobi, I think, that was fouled for Nigeria. He moves across now towards the edge of the box, and this is going to be a free kick in a dangerous position for the Nigerians. A good opportunity to put the ball in towards the penalty area. It's very central, and it's around about 15 yards away from the halfway line, but with this high line from Cape Verde Islands, there is most certainly an opportunity for Simon to test the lines, and as I say that, it was a really poor delivery from Simon, really. The goalkeeper came out and made a bit of a song and dance about ducking out of the way, and it goes behind for a goal kick to the Cape Verde Islands. And Nigeria will be quite happy with they would have been very happy with the early goal, but they'll be quite happy at the moment with the way that they've performed, up to this point. They've moved the ball forward, Cape Verde Islands, out towards the left-hand side, and it's been picked up. Oh, that's a really poor ball. That's unlucky. It was picked up down that left-hand side by Mendes, and he tried to lift the ball in towards the penalty area, but he just didn't get any angle on it whatsoever, and it just harmlessly goes out for a Nigerian goal kick. 13.5 minutes on the clock then here in Lagos. It's still 1-1 between Nigeria and Cape Verde Islands, and the game over the past couple of minutes or so since the equalising goal has just gone a little bit on the flat side. It was full-bodied in the opening 10 minutes as the kick goes forward from Okoye, and it's well won by Cape Verde Islands, but it's dropped down into the centre circle, and there's a coming together there as the ball goes right over the top, and it's a really harsh free kick against the goal scorer for Cape Verde Islands, Stopera. He's adjudged to have taken out Simon, and Simon was running in towards the Cape Verdean fullback, and he's just checking on the man now. The referee's given a free kick to Nigeria. It's just outside of the area. I'm sorry, it was Oshiman that was down for Nigeria, and he picks himself back up. The ball was going nowhere, incidentally. It was a long ball over the top. It was very, very heavy. It was clearly going for a goal kick, and it looked like it was just a coming together between the two players to me. Stapira had his back to the play, chasing the ball in towards the byline, and Oshiman goes into the back of him, and the referee has adjudged, I assume, has judged him to have obstructed the Nigerian striker. And this free kick is around about 35 yards from goal, just right of centre, and there is a decent opportunity here for Nigeria to test the resolve. Collins is around it for Nigeria. It looks as if Simon is also there. So it could be the left foot of Simon, it can be the right foot of Collins. The line for Cape Verde Islands is a relatively high one. It's just outside of the 18-yard box. The goalkeeper's taken up a central position. There are 3 Cape Verdeans in the wall. The kick comes in towards the back post, headed across the face of goal. Oh my goodness, and that should have been touched in, but it's been touched behind in the end for a corner. It was a really good header across goal from Oshiman. The delivery was gorgeous out towards the left-hand byline. He heads it all the way across the face of goal, and it was a Cape Verdean defender, it was Lopez in the end, who just tucks it behind for Nigeria's second corner of the afternoon, which Simon is going to trot across to this right hand side to take. It will be a right-footed outswinging delivery from Simon, and it goes in towards the near post. Another dreadful corner from Simon, and then he takes his eye off the ball as it comes back out towards the left hand side, and it's going to be a Cape Verde throw-in. And if I'm the Nigerian head coach Lauer, I'm thinking to myself, I'm going to be taking Simon off of the set pieces. 2 really dreadful deliveries from corners so far in this game. Cape Verde have the ball from this throw-in, and Moreira's going to throw it up the line. It's only hit the head of Awaziam, and it's moved back towards the Cape Verde goal. It's scrappy in midfield, and now that's going to be a free kick and a yellow card here for Ndidi, the Leicester City man, adjudged to have gone in a little bit too heavily on the Cape Verdean player down the left-hand side. Cape Verde will have a free kick. 4 Nigerian players around surrounding the referee at the moment. Ndidi is not happy at all. He's been booked. He's moving away, shaking his head at the moment. And Wilfred Ndidi here, I mean, it's harsh. It's really harsh, really. He's jumped up in the air. He was challenged by Tavares, and Tavares came in from the left-hand side. And understandably, Ndidi's arm was already up as he jumped. The Cape Verdean man jumps into Wilfred Ndidi, and Ndidi has been booked. There wasn't a great deal he can do, in truth. I'm all for protecting the head and the facial area of all the players, and no player should come on the pitch and deserves to get hurt, of course, but there is an over-the-top reaction, and that, my friends, was one of them. There was no foul in there at all. Ndidi very, very unlucky to have been booked. So the free kick then for Cape Verde. It's 10 yards inside their own half, left of centre. They're going to drop it very short, and Moreira, just hugging that left touchline, is going to come back again, and he drops the ball to Fortes, and now he plays it into midfield, turn around the corner, really poor ball, and it's going to run all the way up and cross the byline for a Nigerian goal kick. It goes out on the left hand side from a Cape Verde point of view, and Nigeria have the goal kick. And as I said just a moment ago, the game has gone a little bit on the flat side. Goal kick. He's waved away all the short options from this goal kick. He's kept the ball very central in his 6-yard box, which seems to be the fashion. I've noticed this from a few goalkeepers recently. They like to play it very central of the 6-yard box rather than moving to the left or right hand corner, and that's exactly what Okoye is going to do from this one. He launches the ball right footed over halfway. It's going to be flicked on very well by Oshiman. He's been the best player on the pitch so far. Cape Verde do win the header, and they flick it back towards Nigeria territory, and Oshiman gets there first, and he's approaching the right hand corner of the penalty area, and he puts a delightful ball in, and it was just too far ahead of the player that was sneaking in there, and it's gone out to the left hand side, and it's going to be a free kick to Nigeria as there was a foul in there as he was chased out towards the left hand side. And unfortunately for Cape Verde, they were a bit impetuous, and they go through the back of the Nigerian man, and it goes out for it. It's going to be a free kick. Now this is level with the penalty spot, right hand side, and a very dangerous situation for Nigeria to be in. It was Onyeka that was fouled for Nigeria. Now this kick's going to come in from Simon from the right hand side. It's a very ragged line from Cape Verde Islands. They're not straight at all, and that will give some hope here for this kick. Here it comes, right-footed in towards the back post, and it's an awful free kick over absolutely everybody and away for a throw-in down the left-hand side. Just dreadful set-piece deliveries so far in the opening 19.5 minutes from the home side here in Lagos. They've had 3 really decent opportunities, 2 corners and that free kick, and all 3 of them have gone. Well, the first 2 corners haven't been. They're in the box here, sorry, we'll come back to that in a second. Then they're trying to make some strides down the right-hand side, but it's been smuggled away, and they've got another throw-in down the right-hand side, Nigeria. Good work there from them, good defending from Cape Verde. As I say, 2 corners from Nigeria so far, neither which have beaten the first man. They didn't even get too much backlift on, in truth. And the free kick just a moment ago had the opposite problem, went absolutely over everybody, and there was no danger at all to Cape Verde. There is danger to Cape Verde at the moment, though, as they've got to defend this throw-in. Awaziam, long one, in towards the near post, flicked on by Iwobi, but it bounces kindly for Cape Verde, and they volley clear from the edge of their own 6-yard box, and now they've got a bit of hope, as it was a heavy touch from the Nigerian centre-half, and he has to improvise, and all he can do is put the ball out for a throw-in to Cape Verde, down the left-hand side and 10 yards inside their own half. It looked as if a Cape Verde player, Rocha Santa, just ended up off the pitch for a little while there, and I thought he was going to need some treatment, but he's picked himself back up, and now the throw-in comes in, and it's Rocha Santa who picks the ball up, and looked as if he was fouled by Osherman. The referee not interested though, and Cape Verde have managed to give the ball away, and he tried to turn it round the corner towards the run of Osherman, who carried on moving down the right-hand side. It wasn't a good ball though from Simon on that occasion, and it was smuggled clear, and truthfully I think that Osherman may have been in an offside position anyway. And Cape Verde clear, and Nigeria make do with a throw in midway inside their own half down the left-hand side, and they've dropped it to Trustakong in the D, and he's given it away, and now Cape Verde coming down the left-hand side, and he gets to the byline. Can he get a ball in? He can get a ball in, but there's nobody there. The 2 Cape Verdeans that were in the penalty area both moved towards the near post, and it was smuggled clear at the far post by Nigeria, and as it comes back into the area, Simon gets fouled, and Nigeria have a free kick on the right-hand side of their own area. Better from Cape Verde. They're trying to just win the battles in midfield at the moment and try and catch Nigeria cold as they come through the left and right channels, and they almost got in there down the left-hand side. It was really good football from Tavares and Rocha Santa for Cape Verde Islands, but it was well defended in the end by Nigeria. The game's not underway here as Simon is still down from that tackle, and it was a bit of, I think it's going to have a bit of a dead leg in fairness to him. He was challenging with Rocha Santa in the Cape Verde, in the Nigerian penalty area, and the Cape Verdean just went in and gave a bit of a dead leg to Simon. It was just knee to thigh, not a great deal he could do about it, and he's just slowly getting to his feet now, Simon, and he's gonna feel that for a few moments. Dead legs are never pleasant, and we are at the midway point now of the first half. 1-1 between Nigeria and Cape Verde Islands. You're listening to Ben Ashelford here, bringing you live commentary of this final group game of the African World Cup qualifying campaigns. The winners, if Nigeria were to hold on to this point or win the game, of course, then they would qualify for the final 10. The only way that Cape Verde can do so is if they win the game. It's fairly even at the moment. Nigeria are just making more effort towards goal at the moment. The quality in the final third is not on display so far. They're coming down with Osherman down the right-hand side. He beats 2 Cape Verdean players, but he ran into a third one, and Cape Verde are just starting to clear their lines. It's a loose ball into the penalty area though, and the goalkeeper Vicina is going to have to come across outside of his area into the right fullback channel, and he clears long. He does very well, but it's going to come back towards Alex Iwobi. Alex Iwobi tries to turn it round his head. The Cape Verdean player just runs straight into his standing leg, and that's going to be a free kick to the home side. No real need for Andrade to run straight into Iwobi there, it has to be said. He was going nowhere. And Nigeria just happy to just take a bit of the sting out of the game. They've got it with Trustakong now in the centre-half position, just 10 yards back from the centre circle. He moves it onto his right foot, looks for a long diagonal. Iwobi's made a run, and it's been flicked on by a Cape Verde and in towards the penalty area. Another mistake from them, and Iwobi's happy to let the ball just drop over the byline, and it's going to be a Nigerian corner. And Cape Verde are not looking comfortable with anything coming in the air over to their 18-yard box at the moment. The goal came in the first minute from a mistake from Fortes as he tried to head the ball away, and it bounced off the back of his head and laid it straight into Osherman, who put the ball in the back of the net, and a loose header there almost allowed Iwobi to sneak into the right hand side of the area. The corner's going to come in from Simon. It's a better one, and it's onto the head of a Nigerian player. He heads it down. That's unlucky. It was the centre-half, Balogun, who's got into there, and he was under pressure, and he couldn't direct the header, and it just goes wide of the right hand upright and out for a goal kick to Cape Verde Islands. The goalkeeper, Vojanina's just taking his time getting the ball back into the 6-yard box, and as I was saying about Okeo, the Nigerian goalkeeper a moment ago, he places the ball right in the middle of the 6-yard box, so that I presume he just gets a better angle on that, but it is the fashion with goalkeepers these days. It's flicked on, and now Cape Verde coming down the left-hand side, and that's a really loose ball. It was a lazy ball, really, from Tavares. It just dropped down to him in the middle of the field, and he used his left foot to poke it up towards the penalty area, but there was no blue shirt anywhere near it, and it's easy for Nigeria to tidy up. They moved it in towards midfield and done very well there, Simon. He picks up the ball. He was under pressure. He had his back towards any of his teammates, but he manages to hook it back towards Okoye, the goalkeeper, and now it's been picked up in midfield by Ndidi and out towards the right-hand side, and Simon will play it back infield, and it's 1- and 2-touch football from Nigeria now. Just being patient and trying to draw Cape Verde onto them slightly. Cape Verde with their game plan at the moment, they've got no need to chase the game, so I should imagine they'll just want to be in the game at the 75-80 minute mark if they can. They've got some defending to do at the moment. Truster Kong just sends it out towards the right hand side. Awazium is going to give it back to his centre half, and it's a left-footed ball to find Alex Iwobi, and now he has managed to split the lines. He's in the Cape Verdean half of the field, approaching the edge of the penalty area, sends it towards the left-hand side, and it's pulled back, and there's got to be an opportunity. Oh, it fell to Oizanka. It comes back to the edge. There's a strike. It takes a deflection, and it goes behind for another Nigerian corner. But Oli Enke there in the penalty area. He had it put on a plate for him from Aribo on the left-hand side. He pulls it in. He was in acres of space in the penalty area, and inexplicably he just took his eye off the ball and completely miskicked it. It came to the edge of the box. The strike came in from Simon, and it was deflected wide for another Nigerian corner, which Simon is going to come across to this right hand side to take again. It's going to be another outswing and delivery. The last one beat the first man. This one's not going to beat the first man, though. Again, 3 out of 4 have failed to beat the first man at the near post, and Cape Verde Islands clear. Nigeria try to keep it alive down this left-hand side. It's a good run from Trustaik on, acting as a winger, tries to get across in there. It was very well blocked, and it's going to be a throw into Nigeria, left-hand side, level with the edge of the 6-yard box. I wonder if Awazium's going to come across to take this throw in, and it's going to be a long throw. He is going to go across. Alex Iwobi's just taking position into the box. In it comes, flicked on by Iwobi, but headed clear by the number 7 Andrade for Cape Verde Islands, and Nigeria have to send it all the way back to their own goalkeeper. Oyuki's just standing in the D at the moment. He's just put his foot on the ball, waiting for his option to this team to get back into shape, and he's going to launch long with his right foot. And he does so over halfway. It's going to drop onto the head of Osherman, is it? No, Osherman adjudged to have fouled his man. That's a really harsh decision as well. He goes in to battle with Fortes, and it didn't look like there was anything wrong from the Nigerian number 9 in truth, but ultimately the referee thought there was, so he's given a free kick to Cape Verde Islands, 15 yards outside of their penalty area, right of centre. It's going to be taken by Lopez, and he's going to just drop it down again now to Stopera, the goal scorer. He launches long. That's a really poor ball. It's been picked up by Collins, and Collins will drop it now to Balahun, and Balahun will square it across to Trust Ekong, midway inside his own half, plays it in towards the midfield. Simon under pressure, goes back to Trustakong, and he moves it onto his right foot, still midway inside his own half, under no real pressure, sends it out to the right wing, and it's been picked up well by Simon now, and he turns it around the corner towards Iwobi, and Iwobi looking for the run of Osherman. Oh, and the flag goes up, and that looked very, very tight on first viewing to me. Osherman looked as if he just bent his run perfectly, and the flag went up immediately on this right hand side. Be interested to see that again. It looked as if he timed his run perfectly, Osherman, but no, actually I've just seen it on the monitor, and the assistant referee down this right hand side has got that absolutely spot on. Excellent officiating, very well spotted by the assistant down this right hand side. So the Vecino, the goalkeeper, launches long up towards the Cape Verdean right, and there's a bit of a foot chase going on. I don't know if they're going to be able to keep this in play, though. They can't, and it drops over the byline. Very sensible defending by Ndidi as he just drops in there, just puts his body between player and ball and lets it drop over the byline. It was a decent run from Fortes, though, for Cape Verde Islands, and he certainly didn't give it up. And now it's being brought out by Trusta Kong for Nigeria, and he's just about to hit the midway point of their half. He's right of centre. He puts it in towards the centre circle. Lovely take, but that's going to be a foul by Andrade as he tries to spin behind himself back towards the left-hand side, and he gets tripped over from behind by Andrade, and it's now a free kick to Nigeria just in the centre circle of the Cape Verde half of the field. Comes back to the centre circle. Trusta Kong sends a gorgeous ball out towards the left-hand side. Taken on the left touchline on the chest, and the cross comes in. It takes a deflection. Back to goal. It's still alive. It comes in towards Iwobi, and he gets the shot in. That's a fantastic save by the goalkeeper. He threw himself out towards the right-hand side, and he gets two hands on it, and he pushes it away for another Nigerian corner. This one's going to be from the left-hand side. Excellent save from the goalkeeper, Vecino. Wonderful shot from the edge of the penalty area. It's bending in towards the right-hand corner. Here comes the corner, and there's a header from Oshiman. The goalkeeper was nowhere on that occasion. He came out to challenge and got nowhere near it, and the header of Oshiman can only find the stand behind the goal. He should have done better with it, really, the Nigerian number 9, but it does remain Nigeria 1, Cape Verde Islands 1. A really good shot there to lead to the corner. It was a hit with power, and it was right in the corner as well. Vecino did so well to throw himself to the right hand side and get two hands on that and push it away for a corner. But Oshiman really should have done better, because Vecino nearly went from the sublime to the ridiculous as he came out and got nowhere near the corner. Cape Verde Islands coming forward on the left hand side though. They've got the ball at the moment through Mendes, who's being forced backwards, and he drops it to Andrade at the midway point of the Nigerian half. They've been first forced slightly backwards here, and eventually it comes back to Andrade, and Cape Verde have been forced all the way back to their own half of the field, but they've shifted it out to the right hand side, and Fortes can bring it forward, and he does use an option of a Cape Verdean player just 5 yards ahead of him, and he gets it back, and he's had to drop it off now to Lopez, and Lopez about to enter the centre circle, drops it to the right hand side. Cape Verde coming forward, and now they can make some strides towards the edge of the Nigerian area. Blocked down in towards the penalty area. That's unlucky. Also a heavy chest though, and Nigeria are going to have to chase this to keep it in play, and he just about does. Just about manages to recover there, Awaziem, as he takes it on his chest and then has to sprint towards the bylines to prevent the corner, which he does, and it's a Cape Verdean throw-in level with the edge of the 18-yard box on the left-hand side of that they're attacking here. Cape Verde is going to be taken by Moreira, and he's going to throw it down towards Andrade, as he knows he's going to miss Andrade out. He gets the ball back from the throw-in, and then he tries to play it in towards the box, and Aribo miscontrolled his clearance on the first occasion, but the second one he gets it up towards halfway, and he's bouncing around in the area at the moment. Cape Verde win it originally, and now Iwobi gets it back for Nigeria, and he takes it, sends it out to Ndidi, and it goes back to Bulligan, who stands it up in the air up towards halfway. And it goes towards the left-hand side. It's headed back towards the Nigerian half of the field, but picked up by Alex Iwobi in the centre circle. He uses his right foot to release Oshiman down the right-hand side. Oshiman's going to have to try and keep this in play, which he does. He takes a touch, delivers it in towards the box. There's a header! Oh, what a header that was! And it was just over the crossbar. Really good ball on the right-hand side. Excellent work from Oshiman, who's been the best player on the pitch so far for Nigeria, and the ball come in, and the header just sails over the crossbar. The goalkeeper Vecino was rooted to the spot. Great effort, and Nigeria starting to ask questions now of the Cape Verde Islands. It was Oyaneka who actually got the header in, and it was only a couple of yards over the crossbar. Really unlucky for Nigeria, and it remains here 1-1. And the goalkeeper just taking his time here over this kick, and Cape Verde Islands just want to take a bit of the sting out of the game. It goes over halfway, and there's a challenge. It goes over the head of Ndidi, and that's going to be a Nigerian throw-in anyway. Ndidi went to challenge, and I don't know if he ducked or just completely misjudged the flight of the ball, but either way it didn't make any contact with Ndidi, and it goes out for a throw-in to Nigeria midway inside their own half. They've stolen a few yards on this one at the moment, and it goes forward again. It's picked up by Andrade though for Cape Verde Islands, and he launches the ball long, and now this is going to be a foot race down the left hand side, and it it's bounced off the Nigerian player, and he was under real pressure there by Taveres. It did very well in the end to recover, did Awaziam, but he can only concede a Cape Verde Islands throw-in. Andrade picks up the ball from the throw-in, sends it back infield, and it's been picked up by Oyineka in the centre circle for Nigeria, and it finds Iwobi, and Iwobi releases Osimhen down the left-hand side. He gets in towards the penalty area. He's been held up at the 6-yard box, has to come out again. He's found Iwobi, still 25 yards from goal. He moves it in towards Onyeka at the edge of the penalty area. It comes back to Aribo, and he tries to turn it back into the box, looking for the run of Onyeka, and Cape Verde Islands clear. The header was won though by Ndidi, and I think that's going to be a foul on halfway by Taveres. It is. He bundles into Aribo, and it's a free kick to Nigeria on the right-hand side of the centre circle, which Ndidi takes quickly back towards Balogun, and it comes to Troost Ekong. Out towards the right-hand side, and that's a bit ambitious in the end for the Nigerian man, so he can't do anything with it somewhere, and it ends up going out for a throw-in to Cape Verde. So 1-1 here then. It's a decent game of football. Cape Verde take the throw-in up the left-hand side. It hits the head of Ndidi for Nigeria though. He tries to direct it infield towards Iwobi, and it's been cleared by Cape Verde, and they're escaping down the right-hand side there, and they could be in business. Mendes just hugging that right touchline, plays it back infield. It's a nice spin away from Fortes, and then it's spun away from one Nigerian player, ran into another two, and Nigeria now coming down the left-hand side. It's a good ball for Oyineka. He gets out towards he gets in towards the penalty area, and there's a bit of a battle going on between himself and Lopez gets the better of it in the end, and it's been pushed out for a throw-in to Nigeria. It's very deep in Cape Verde territory. It's just back from the 6-yard line, and it could be a very good opportunity for the Nigerians here to test the Cape Verde resolve. It's going to be Collins to take this long throw in. He goes right back to the advertising hoarding here, and he makes a long run up. He puts it up in the air, and it's only going to meet the head of a Cape Verde, and it comes to the edge of the box. So Simon, it drops towards Aribo, and he gets a shot in. I thought it may have taken a deflection, but the referee was right there, said it just bounced harmlessly out for a goal kick to Cape Verde Islands. And they're going to start taking their time over a few of these paces. I suspect that Cape Verde Islands just want to be still in the game around about 15-20 minutes to go and try and get a winner from a set piece or something. But as I said earlier on in the broadcast, it's the pinnacle. The World Cup is the pinnacle of football. The African nations have been they've really been making strides over the past few years. They've developed so much. And it's the African Cup of Nations is one of my favourite international tournaments. It's always a pleasure to cover that and be able to watch that. And these World Cup qualifiers are full of drama and full of excellent football. As I say that, Nigeria have actually given the ball away in midfield, and Cape Verde coming forward. And they've had a little nibble there, Nigeria. The referee has played advantage as Cape Verde keep the ball, but they've moved it back towards halfway and have it with Moreira at the moment. Quick 1-2. It comes back out towards Moreira, and the goal scorer Stapira. And again, Matera just keeping it alive, played infield towards Andrade, and he's got an option on the right-hand side, and he finds him. Now, they're coming forward through Fortes. And that's a really poor ball from Fortes. He's not had a good afternoon, in truth. He was trying to shift it out towards the right-hand side, where Monterio would have been positioned, or was positioned, but it went about 15 yards ahead of him and straight out for a Nigerian throw-in. And it's at the tip of the centre circle, down the Nigerian left-hand side. Collins has the ball in his hands at the moment, looking for a couple of options. I think he wants to hit the line, and he does. He just moves forward, and it's been met by a Cape Verde Islands head back in field, and Stapira will lay it off now towards the left-hand side. Moreira can move it out and slightly forward, and that's well taken. That's really unlucky. It was very well taken by Monterio on the left-hand side. He takes a touch and tried to spin away from Wilfred Ndidi, but indeed he stood to his task very well, and he puts the ball out for a throw-in to Cape Verde Islands, dead on the midway point of the Nigerian half of the field, left of centre. It's crossed the byline again. In fact, it's going to be a foul. Indeed, he was being fouled by the Cape Verdean player. It was Taveres, who was just trying to have a nibble or two, and he was a bit too impetuous with it. So it's a free kick to Nigeria, 5 yards in from the right-hand touchline and 15 yards back from the halfway line. It comes in down this right channel, and they've released a ball out to the right-hand side. Simon, one-on-one with the fullback, and he goes on the outside. He gets, that's a harsh free kick given away. It looked to me as if he just lost his standing foot, Simon, but he goes down under pressure from the Cape Verdean, and the assistant, who was right there, flags straight away. Yeah, I don't see it. I'm just seeing the replay on my monitor now, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't see too much wrong with that, has to be said, but Simon has won his side a free kick in a very, very dangerous position. 5.5 minutes before the break here in this huge African World Cup qualifying game. Nigeria and Cape Verde Islands, 1-1 as it stands. Nigeria, though, with a very dangerous free kick and a great opportunity to put the ball in the box. It's level with a penalty spot. It comes in right-footed, and it's just underneath the crossbar, and the goalkeeper almost got caught out, but he reacted well and tipped it one-handed over the crossbar for a 5th Nigeria corner of this first half. It was a miss-hit cross from Simon, really. He was trying to float it into the corridor of uncertainty, between the penalty spot and the 6-yard box, but ultimately he just miss-hit it, and the goalkeeper had to react. The corner from the left-hand side, and the header comes in. What a save! That is on the line. Fantastic header from Maribo as the corner had come in from that left-hand side. The header was won in towards the near post, and the goalkeeper again, Vasinas, to get to his right-hand side, and he makes a terrific stop on the line. Excellent save. And then Cape Verde Island clear. Nigeria can't keep it alive, and it's gone out for a throw-in to Cape Verde down the left-hand side, which they've taken. They're now midway inside their own half. They're going to shift it out towards the right-hand side. Lopez to Fortes, and Fortes will turn it back around the corner. Stapira launches it long, and that's too long. Nobody there at all. It will drop into the area, and easy for Okoye to just gather it at the edge of his 6-yard box, and then he lays it down to the feet of Awaziam, and Awaziam will just trot to the midway point of his own half of the field, plays it in towards midfield, and it was taken back by Ndidi. And Ndidi trots it back to Trustakon, and it goes out towards Balogun on the left-hand side. Now he moves it forward. Alex Iwobi can get his legs moving forward. He's got Aribo in support in the middle of the field. Now here he is, under pressure though. Aribo steps away from the first Cape Verdean, but not the second one. He has to be helped out by a teammate, and they've worked it out to Simon on the left-hand side, still at the point of the centre circle on the right now. And now it comes out to the Awaziam, and it's a long diagonal looking for the run there, the late run, in fact, of Igalo. And he couldn't quite get there, and it goes straight through to the goalkeeper, and the goalkeeper just puts his foot on the ball and jogs out to the edge of the 18-yard box. He's still keeping hold of the ball in his hands, drops it in the D at the moment. Nigeria aren't going to press, so Vashina will hit it right-footed, flicked on the edge of the centre circle. It comes out again, and now it's been won, turned to the right-hand side. Cape Verde still trying to keep hold of the ball. They've got it in midfield through Mendes, who's dropped deep. He's under pressure though, and too much pressure, says the referee, and it's going to be a free kick to Cape Verde Islands just on halfway, right of centre. Played into what? Really poor ball. There was 3 Cape Verdean players there, all trying to jog forward. The free kick was taken very quickly, and all 3 had their backs to the ball, and Nigeria bring it away, but Cape Verde have won it back in midfield. They've got it at the moment with Stapira. Played in towards the centre of the field, and now Andrade on the left-hand side of the centre circle. Very clever turns, take him away from Aribo, and now sends it out towards Moreira on the the left-hand side. Tries to get a cross in, and it's blocked, and it goes away for a throw-in to Cape Verde Islands down this left-hand side. We've got 2.5 minutes before the break in this huge game. Moreira is just trotting back towards the edge of the 18-yard box to take this throw-in. Eventually it comes back to Stapira. Stapira lays it to the feet of his teammate. It comes back out to Moreira, and now into midfield. Andrade, first time in towards the penalty area on the right-hand side. It's not the greatest of balls, but it's kept alive. It comes back out again. Can they find a delivery? They can find a delivery into the box, but that's a really poor ball. Really poor ball, actually. He was under no real pressure at all, Monterio, and he just takes a touch, and he goes far too deep over everybody. Sorry, it was Mendes, not Monterio. I apologise to Monterio. And the captain, Mendes, just far too deep over everybody and out for a goal kick. They've taken it short, comes back into the goalkeeper Okoye, and they clear long. Cape Verde win the header, but Aribo picks it up in midfield and gets bundled over in the centre circle. It's going to be a free kick to Nigeria, just a couple of yards back from the halfway line. They've taken it quickly, and Ndidi has the ball in the centre circle. Going to send it out to Balogun, centre half, but it's midway inside his own half, left of centre, and it comes across now to Trustakong. Trustakong moves it onto his right foot. It's a really poor ball. It's been picked off, and Cape Verde trying to come away with it. That's going to be a foul in the centre circle again. They're claiming they won the ball here. Balogun says he clearly won the ball, but not interested, and the referee says that Lopez was fouled for Cape Verde, so it is a free kick to the Cape Verde Islands, just on the right-hand side of the centre circle, just inside the Nigeria half of the field. We're in the final minute of the first half now, just waiting to see what the referee will add on. Not been too many stoppages in this half, it has to be said. The goal scorer, Stapira, for Cape Verde Islands, just takes the ball on the left-hand side. It's been dropped now at the point of the centre circle to Andrade, and it goes out now to Fortes, and he sends it out to the right-hand side. Monterio can't control it, and Nigeria win it back, and they're trying to escape down the left now if they can keep it in play, which they can, and they're 3-on-2 as they move into the area. Igalo puts a ball in towards the box and is headed clear by Stapiro out towards the left-hand side. Nigeria have to make do with a throw-in. It was a poor ball in from Igalo, in truth, down that left-hand side. He had a lot more time to pick out a more accurate ball, and that has been the story of Nigeria's half, really. Just the final ball has been poor. Collins has a chance to put a deep throw into the box, though. Again, this is level with the penalty spot, and it's down the left-hand side for Nigeria. We have now played 45 minutes. 2 minutes are added on at the end of this half. So the throw in then. This will be a great time for Nigeria to score. Can they retake the lead? Here it comes from Collins in towards the area. Headed clear. It was a poor throw, really, but it's been headed back towards Collins. He hits it first time in towards the box, and Osherman gets in ahead of the defender, and he's adjudged to have used a high foot according to the referee. The ball had just drifted wide anyway, but it will be a free kick in the penalty area for Cape Verde Islands. We played 30 seconds of the 2 minutes added on at the end of this half. It remains Nigeria 1, Cape Verde 1, and the referee's just going to have a quick word with Vashina here and telling him to speed things up a little bit. They're deep in conversation at the edge of the 6-yard line at the moment, and I mean, we're just over a minute away from half-time. The referee could have spoke to the goalkeeper just going in at half-time. You would have thought the only thing slowing the game down then was the referee. But this goal kick will come in, and it goes over the top, over halfway. It's a really good distribution. It's flicked on down this left-hand side, and there was just a little bit too much on the flick on there, really, as Monterio tried to break down the left-hand side to get in there, but it always was going to float into Okoreo relatively simply. It moved up by Nigeria up to halfway, and Iwobi takes it down. He gets fouled, and it's going to be a free kick on the left-hand side to Nigeria, just a yard inside their own half and just 2 yards in from the left-hand touchline. Iwobi's just going to drop it down towards Balogun, and it comes back towards Alex Iwobi. Right-footed ball up towards the left-hand side. Osherman makes a run. It's a lovely take with his right foot, pushes him out to the left touchline. He spins away from his man twice. Andrade trying to stick to his task. It comes back in towards the area. Late run from Ndidi, left-hand side of the box. Can they create an opportunity here? He scoops it up in the air. Can it get flicked on? No, it was well won in the end. And now Cape Verde Islands are trying to break away down the left-hand side, and Aribo has taken out Moreira, and that's going to be a yellow card, is it? No, the referee's blown the half-time whistle. Unbelievable. Oh my goodness, they were breaking in down the left-hand side here. I'm just going to keep an eye on this for a second. Half-time whistle has been blown. I just want to see if the referee's going to call back the Nigerian man and show him the yellow card, which he should do. Cape Verde were breaking down the left-hand side in numbers. They had 6 players trying to escape down the left-hand side. It was Aribo that took out Moreira, and rather than giving the free kick and booking the Nigeria man, which he should have done, the referee blew the half-time whistle. Cape Verde are still fuming with the referee at the moment, absolutely furious, but it's not going to change anything, and there will be no card presented to Aribo. Well, there is a half-time whistle anyway, ladies and gentlemen, and it's been a fascinating game. The opening 10 minutes of this contest were absolutely breathless. What an advert for African football it was. It was Nigeria who took the lead from a poor header from Cape Verde Islands, releasing Osherman into the area. His first touch was excellent. His second touch made it 1-0 within 60 seconds. And then from a corner, just 6 minutes later, a lovely delivery from the right-hand side, and it was met from the fullback, and he volleyed it into the back of the net to equalise. The game went a little bit flat after that. Nigeria making most of the run-ins, but it's anyone's to play for in the second half. Join us in 15 minutes for live, uninterrupted second half commentary. But half-time here from Lagos, it's Nigeria 1, Cape Verde Islands 1.
Until
Ojon Igalo, and of course Joe Aribo got in a very good position there. I think they keep pushing.
From the pictures, as soon as the goal goes in, the goalkeeper of Cape Verde tells his players, calm down, do not lose your head. Because as if they suspected, on the other end, what went wrong with the Nigerian defense right there?
I mean, there are lots of whites and greens in there, unfortunately, Tega, but nobody seemed to be interested in marking someone. And of course, Stopira had a perfect instinct there, snuck up behind Truist Ekong and got his foot to the ball. He needed to do very little there. All you had to do is when you have the ball in the area, throw any part of your body that can legally get to go at the ball, you can always get lucky.
Well, really tricky one for Truist Ekong there. Not watching the man, but watching the ball. But chance after chance came for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. This was one of those chances. You could say the player of the first half was clearly the goalkeeper of Cape Verde, because he stopped. That's one of the brilliant stops he had for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. I mean, rate his performance in the first 45 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, his heroics, obviously, kept the scoreline the way it is right now. And I think for him, and his composure, the defenders would be really happy, because at some point they got also, to be in their 6s and 7s. But interestingly, they've been trying to recover very quickly. When they see that line has been broken, they try to stay or keep the shape and keep the likes of Ojo Igalo and, of course, Victor Osimhen out. They've been doing that. But, again, Tega, if they face a highly, composed offensive side, I think they definitely should be breaking.
Well, Ojo Igalo has started this match 2 years out in retirement for the Super Eagles. How do you want to rate his first half performance?
A bit, shaky for me, especially in this very rare combination with Victor Osimhen in front. I still don't understand what is happening offensively. Who's behind whom there? Is either both players are striking from the central position, one on the right, one on the left. But getting in that position, Ojo Igalo usually should be putting that one away. A missed kick there, and that should have gifted Nigeria the second goal.
Well, this was another chance by Jamiu Collins, and this time, I don't know what was happening there, but again, the ball drops to Ojo Igalo. He miskicks it, and the second shot at goal just goes wide. But like you said, not looking as sharp.
As sharp. I mean,
as the coach said, he's clever, he has experience, and this is what we want, but we haven't seen any of that.
I think nervous moments, especially if there's so much surrounding your return to the Super Eagles, you get to be anxious. But because of his caliber and experience, you expect Ojo Igalo to rise above such, comments and criticisms.
All right, coming into criticism, any chance you're going to change your prediction?
No, I'm sticking with 2-1.
You're sticking with 2-1. All right, let's take some quick messages from our sponsors. When we come back, we'll be looking at the second 45 minutes of the Super Eagles taking on the Blue Sharks of Cape Verde. We'll be right back.
MTN, the official communication sponsor of the Super Eagles.
The African qualifiers powered by Integral.
A new dawn of sports information is upon us. From the foot.
Time at the Teslim Balogun Stadium, with the Super Eagles of Nigeria going with 1 goal and the Blue Sharks of Cape Verde also with 1 goal. If it stands like this, the Super Eagles will qualify for the final round of the World Cup qualifiers for FIFA 2020. But should Cape Verde shock Nigerians and score maybe a winner, then the Super Eagles of Nigeria are out. This is the FIFA 2022 African World Cup qualifier, brought to you by Bet Niger and proudly supported by MTN, the official communication partner of the Super Eagles, Coca-Cola, the official soft drink partner of the Super Eagles, and Dettol, the official hygiene partner of the Super Eagles. I'm Tega Anujaife and I have Titus with me in the house. Titus, let's talk about what possible changes to come. If you're Ghana Raw, you have the Super Eagles of Nigeria with you. What are your changes? Well, the second half is there. The players are already on the field of play. Are you changing your scoreline?
2-1 still.
All right. So let's move all the way back to Teslim Balogun Stadium, where our live pictures are coming in, and we are set up for an interesting second 45 minutes. Let's go right now to Teslim Balogun Stadium and see what the Super Eagles of Nigeria will do against the Blue Sharks of Cape Verde.
From the fullback Stabira to level things up. No personnel changes from either side that I can tell in this second half as they come out. It will be Cape Verde Islands to get us underway in their blue shirts, blue shorts and white socks, playing from left to right. Nigeria in the white and green shirts, green shorts and white socks, playing from right to left. Nigeria start with Okoye in goal, and Ndidi, Tristakong, Balogun, Awazium, Collins, Aribo, Simon and Iwobi, Igalo, and the goal scorer Oshiman. And for Cape Verde Islands, Vashina in goal, Stabira the goal scorer, Lopez, Fortes, Andrade, Rocha Santos, Morea, Monterio, Tavares, Mendes and Fortes make up the 11 for Cape Verde. So the referee, we're waiting for the referee's whistle to get us back underway. He's just checking his watches and going through the final formalities. Nigeria, as it stands, are 45 minutes away from qualification for the final 10 of the African qualifiers. Cape Verde Islands need to find a goal without conceding in this second half. They need to win the game to leapfrog their hosts today. So we wait for Cape Verde Islands then to get us back underway in this second half. And we wait. The referee is, I'm not sure what he's doing, to be honest, but we still wait and we wait, and the wait goes on, and eventually we are back underway, and instantly it's been dropped out towards Fortes on the right hand side for Cape Verde Islands. It goes back to Fortes, and he's going to drop it back towards the goalkeeper, who had to scramble to the left hand side to keep that in to prevent an early Nigerian corner. Eventually it comes in towards the left hand side, and Nigeria win it back in their right back channel, and then moving up towards the edge of the goal. Washerman was in an offside position, so had to come back before he could chase it, and he won't get on the end of it, and it goes straight through to the goalkeeper. Vojina made a couple of excellent saves in that first half to keep the score at 1-1. Cape Verde now coming down the left hand side, 10 yards back from the halfway line. They launch the ball very quickly, and it's a good ball as well, looking for Tavares down this left hand side, dropped off the early ball in towards the box, and it's a heavy touch. It's a very heavy touch, really. It was Rocha Santos at the edge of the penalty area, had to readjust his body, and it bounced off his shin rather than the inside of his right foot to be cushioned, and it goes gratefully through to Okoye in the Nigerian goal, just on the edge of his 6-yard box at the moment. Tavares did a good job of getting down the left hand side there for Cape Verde. He's taken up a slightly more traditional central position. Oshiman heads on the ball, and there's a foot race here, and the goalkeeper's had to be very, very strong to come out ahead of Igalo, who was just getting in beyond the centre half Lopez, and the goalkeeper Vecina had to come out and gather it up very bravely, and Igalo, to his credit, did a very good job of pulling out of the tackle, otherwise he may well have accidentally booted Vecina in the face, and he had every right to go for that ball as it drops down inside the 18-yard box. But excellent goalkeeping, and it's been cleared by Cape Verde Islands, and now Nigeria coming forward with Balogun on the left-hand side. Just left of centre, he's going to drop it to Alex Iwobi, 5 yards back from the halfway line, and now moves into the Cape Verdean half of the field. That's a really poor ball though, and Collins couldn't keep it in play, and it will be a throw in to Cape Verde down their right-hand side, just 3 or 4 yards inside their own half of the field. They throw backwards to begin with, and Fortes will drop it to the goalkeeper Vigina, and he launches long towards halfway. Poor ball though, straight to the feet of Ndidi, and they can't keep it between him and Iwobi, and Cape Verde bringing it away now over halfway, and that's a really good ball to release down the right hand side. Fortes takes the cross, first time in towards the area, and just ahead of the player coming in, it was Mendes who was trying to break in towards the penalty area. He went down slightly easily, in truth. Didn't actually ask for a penalty or a foul, to his credit, and the ball has dropped out over the byline, and it will be a Nigerian throw-in, which Simon already has the ball in his hands. Not quite at the midway point, it's just back from the 18-yard box, and now it's going to go back into their 18-yard box, and Nigeria are going to clear through Balogun. He hits it right-footed up towards halfway onto the head of Oshiman. He heads it down into the path of Alex Iwobi in the centre circle, and he's escaped from the attentions of the Cape Verdean player and turns it back round the corner, and they could be in business here. The cross comes in towards the back post. Oh, what a header that was to prevent a certain goal, as Oshiman was getting in at the back post and he had a free header. All he had to do was make contact, head it down, and it would have been a goal. But wonderful defending from Lopez, who got back doing his defensive duties, and he flicks the header away for the first corner of his second half, and it goes to Nigeria. Excellent defending. So the corner will come in from the right hand side for Nigeria. Iwobi's just going across to give a short option to Simon. Simon's delivery has been poor so far this afternoon. He's going to swing out, and again it hasn't beaten the first man. How many times does he have to have a corner cleared at the near post before the manager makes a decision to take him off his set pieces? Cape Verde trying to keep the ball alive in their own corner at the moment, played against Alex Iwobi and out for a throw-in to the away side, just a couple of yards back from the corner flag. Some really, really poor set-piece deliveries from Simon for Nigeria today, and as I just say, I just don't understand how many times a corner comes in and doesn't beat the first man before anybody makes a decision to remove that player from the set-piece deliveries. Cape Verde have cleared the ball, but cleared it poorly. They've sliced it out of play, and it's going to be a Nigerian throw-in on the right-hand side, 10 yards inside the Cape Verde half. They've squared it into the centre circle. Balogun now breaks on the left-hand side of the centre circle, breaks into the Cape Verde half. Collins turns it around the corner left-footed, looking for the run of Iwobi, and Iwobi's not going to get there first. It's cleared, and cleared well by Stipera, but it's going to go out again for another throw into Nigeria down this left-hand side. Midway point, Collins has the ball in his hands. He's just been moved back a couple of yards by the official, but he's definitely midway inside the Cape Verde half at the moment, down this left-hand side. Not too many options ahead of him at the moment. And eventually he's going to run up towards the byline. He throws it in towards the box. He was looking for Ngalo. It was headed up in the air, and that's a high foot by Alex Iwobi in the left-hand corner of the 18-yard box, and it will be a Cape Verdean free kick. 5.5 minutes of this second half have been played. You're listening to Ben Ashelford describe ball-by-ball action of Nigeria and Cape Verde Islands. The score is 1-1 between the two sides. That is enough for Nigeria to move into the next phase of qualification. Cape Verde need to find a goal in this second half from somewhere. They've got a throw in down the right hand side, but they're still inside their own half at the moment. Fortes will throw back towards halfway. Mendes can't keep it alive, and a throw in has been given, but it's been given Cape Verde's way as the ball drops out of play. Both sets of players are appealing for it. Collins is indignant that should have gone Nigeria's way, but it will be a Cape Verde throw-in, and it's about 10 yards back from the halfway line. A couple of the coaches are now out in the technical area, just having a bit of an argument. The fourth official's just gone over there, and the referee is now moving out towards the technical area, and he wants to have a word with both coaches. So it's all getting a little bit bitty, and a lot of tension now between both sets of players, and the referee's deep in conversation here with both coaches. He's just telling everyone to calm down just a moment or so. Eventually Fortes can take this throw in for Cape Verde, and he's going to get the ball back, as he knows it's hooked back up in the air, and that's really poor from the Cape Verde Islands, and it's going to be a Nigerian throw in just down their own left hand side, about 5 yards inside their own half of the pitch. Collins just jogs, and he's going to try and take it a few yards further forward, and the referee is quite happy for him to take it there apparently, so he's going to steal a good 10 yards on this throw in down this left hand side. Collins will hit the line, it stays up in the air, and Osherman can't win the header. It's going to try and come to Ngalo on the left-hand corner, but it's been hooked over Andrade's head, and it's going to drop to Aribo, and Aribo finds Iwobi in the centre of the field, out towards Simon, and Iwobi just breaks towards the right-hand side. Quick 1-2 with Simon. It's a really poor ball from Alex Iwobi, just put too much on it, and Cape Verde will clear, and they move it up towards halfway, and it's loose football from Cape Verde, but it's a even more loose tackle from Nigeria in the middle of the field, and it's getting very, very scrappy here, and it's going to be a free kick to Nigeria as Simon is now pulled back in the left fullback position, just a yard or so inside the Cape Verdean half of the field. It's a poor decision to make that challenge from Monterio, really, for Cape Verde. He wasn't going anywhere in that left channel, and in his impetuousness to get the ball back, he just fouled his man. Collins now has it for Nigeria, just on halfway, turns it back around the corner and continues his run, gets the ball back, and then finds Iwobi approaching the left-hand corner of the penalty area. He's got his legs open. It's really poor from Alex Iwobi. Cut infield, used the outside of his right foot to feed it back towards Collins. Collins couldn't get there first. Andrade stepped in, and then Collins just dangled a leg and fouled his man, and it will be a free kick to Cape Verde. We played 8 minutes of this second half, and the game is scrappy. The free kick will come from the right fullback channel for Cape Verde. The goalkeeper's going to just move it forward a few yards, and the referee's going to have to move him back before he can get the game back underway. And he's just having a good look, the goalkeeper, and he's going to hit long, right-footed again, over halfway, looking towards the left-hand corner of the area. It's flicked on in towards the channel, but Cape Verde can't get on the end of it. Nigeria struggling to clean their lines, and eventually it's been sent back towards the centre half here, and he's going to have to really scramble to keep it alive. Such a loose ball back, and there were two Nigerians, Osherman and Igalo, who were trying to get in behind, but it was well watched by Lopez in the end. He touches it back towards his goalkeeper, and Cape Verde, although causing their own problems to start with there, did manage to get out of it quite well when they've launched all the way down the other end of the field, just outside the Nigerian 18-yard box, and they've got the ball now through Troost Ekong. He's going to square it to Balogun, midway inside his own half. It comes out towards the left-hand side and turn round the corner for Collins. Collins drops it off towards Iwobi, 5 yards in from the touchline. He finds Osherman. His first touch takes him slightly wide, and he's now in the left channel, heading towards the byline. He's under pressure. Really good defending. Osherman might get on the end of it, and he's been tripped there. Oh my goodness, he's given a foul against Osherman. Osherman got tripped there. He tried to get in towards the byline. He got in behind the defender. It was really good defending from Lopez, and he steps over there, puts his arm over Osherman, fouls his man, trips him over, and then a free kick was awarded against the Nigerian. That's a really poor decision from the referee there. It should have been a penalty to Nigeria without any doubt whatsoever in my mind. Lopez wasn't fouled at all. He put his arm around the hip of the Nigerian number 9, the goal scorer as well this afternoon, fouled his man in the area and was given a free kick for his troubles. Unbelievably poor officiating on that occasion. Cape Verde coming forward again. They hook it up towards the edge of the penalty area. There's nobody underneath that. And the goalkeeper, Okaye, just comes out, gathers the ball and releases it out towards the right-hand side. Up towards Aribo, back to goal. Played in field now towards Ndidi on halfway. Ndidi's clearly fouled there on halfway, and that's going to receive a bit of treatment, I think. Just a bit impetuous by the Cape Verdean man. It was Mendes who was trying to get back to defend, and he just took the standing leg of Ndidi, and it's a clear foul for Nigeria. They've got a free kick right of centre on halfway. They try to poke it in towards the penalty area. Good defending in the end from Stapira, and it goes out for a throw into Nigeria, just level with the edge of the 18-yard box. So they've got a throw in right hand side. Mendes is just having a quick word with the official. Awaziam's going to come across and take this throw in for Nigeria. It's going to be a long one. He's just sitting on the advertising hoardings at the moment. Eventually he approaches the touchline. He throws it in. Poor throw-in again, and it's headed clear. It's going to come back in towards the penalty area though, but there's too much on that, and Vijona's just going to come across to the right hand side of his area. He releases the ball. Cape Verde try to move it up towards halfway. Another really poor distribution, and it's going to be a throw into Nigeria, and they're going to be happy with the way the opening 12 or so minutes of this second half have gone. Nigeria, they've under no real pressure from Cape Verde at all, and they're trying to come down the left hand side now. That's bounced off of the back of Stapira, and it's going to be another throw into Nigeria just down this left hand side. Collins is standing at the midway point at this point, and he's got Iwobi and Aribo just in front of him. Not too many options up the line here. There's a long distance between the throw-in and a lot of Nigerian players. He tries to throw it up the left-hand side. Andrade tidies up though, and it's been picked up again in midfield. Nice 1-2 between Iwobi and Simon, but they can't make anything of it. It's been stabbed clear. Nigeria win the ball back on halfway, but it's a poor clearance, and Cape Verde now have it with the goal scorer Stapira on the left-hand side of the field. Back in field to Andrade just on halfway. He escapes from Aribo and then drops it at the feet of Mendes, and it's worked out towards the left-hand side. They're midway inside the Nigeria half of the field now. Dropped to the point of the centre circle. Good ball forward, and it's a nice 1-2. And can they get in the penalty area here? There's all sorts of pressure. The goalkeeper comes out and smothers the ball. Did look as if he was under a bit of pressure from Trusta Kong as well as he gets down the left-hand side, but that's really unlucky from Tavares as he gets into the area. Excellent goalkeeping from Okoyo, whose starting position was bang on, and he comes out and smothers the ball. Nigeria now coming forward for Aribo on the right-hand side of the field, midway inside the Cape Verdean half. Drop down to Ndidi, and now Ndidi finds Iwobi. Moved out towards Collins, and he's approaching the left-hand side of the area. Runs straight into the Cape Verde defender though, and he's been held up, but he gets the ball, and he nutmegs him, and he gets in towards the left channel. He gets a delivery in as well. It's headed up in the air. The goalkeeper's going to have to come out here under pressure, and he just about deals with it, and I do mean just about. He flaps down, and the ball comes out to the left-hand side, and it's been hooked clear. Iwobi picks it up though, 10 yards back from the 18-yard box, runs into an alleyway of trouble, and it's going to be a possible shot here as they keep hold of the ball. They set it out towards Collins, left-hand side. If he can keep it in play, he can. Drilled across the 18-yard box, nobody there. Still alive for Nigeria. Back in towards the edge of the D. Heavy touch from Ndidi, and Cape Verde can bring it away. And now, can they hit on counter-attack? They got it on the left-hand side of the centre circle. They're 4-on-4, but they're not moving forward with any real pace. In fact, they're going to slow it down and go backwards. That's really poor from Cape Verde. They were 4-on-4 there. They need a goal in order to have any chance of qualification for the next stage, and instead they turned it round and put it back to their own fullback position. Really poor negative play from Cape Verde, but here they come again. Tavares at the edge of the penalty area is back to goal, looking for a 1-2, and an awful ball back to him on that occasion from Morera. Puts the ball out for a goal kick to Nigeria, and Cape Verde Islands were nowhere near brave enough on that occasion, and they're going to respond with a double substitution. We'll just see who goes off here. It looks like it's going to be Fortes to make way. Fortes will be the first player to leave the field of play. Jeffrey Fortes, he's had an okay game. He's been slightly anonymous for some of it. He's going to be replaced by Afonso. Semedo Afonso comes on, the number 5 for Cape Verde, and this could well be a change of shape. And Monterio has just come off, and Borges will replace him. So double substitution for Cape Verde. Nigeria trying to come down the right-hand side at the moment. Cape Verde win the ball back, but present it straight towards Ndidi on the right-hand side of the centre circle in the Cape Verdean half of the field. He sends it left towards Collins. Early ball looking for Osherman. Headed clear at the edge of the D, and Cape Verde pick it up at the tip of the centre circle and have it through Andrade. Out towards this left-hand side. It comes back to Stapira. He's still midway inside his own half. He drops it off towards Morerio, and it's going to bounce off a Nigerian player, and it's going to be a Cape Verde Islands throw-in on the left-hand side, just 5 yards back from the halfway line. Throw-in eventually gets dropped down. Oh, it's really poor from Cape Verde Islands on that occasion. It dropped down, first-time ball too high. The player that took the throw-in, which was Rokashanta, just trotted back. He couldn't even go and challenge with it, and Nigeria have it on the right-hand side, 5 yards inside the Cape Verdean half, and they're just slowing everything down slightly here, Nigeria. They're under a bit of pressure. They try to launch the ball up towards the right channel, and that bounces straight against Stapira and goes out for another throw into Nigeria. Still 5 yards inside the Cape Verdean half. We've got 61.5 minutes on the clock here in Lagos. It's still 1-1 between Nigeria and Cape Verde Islands, and that's a really poor misinterception. Osherman gets in down the right hand side, the cross comes in, and it's gone for a corner. Great block from Stapira. He stayed down after the block as well, and both the referee and Osherman have called for help for Stapira, the man who scored the goal, and Stapira does not look good at all here. He's blocked it with the back of his head by the looks of things. He's now laying on his stomach, and he's certainly going to receive some treatment before this corner can come back in, and Cape Verde just want to get organised as best they can. The cross had come in from the right hand side, and it's in the for any males listening here, it's in that area that you where you feel sorry for any footballer if they receive a ball in that particular area, if you understand my meaning. We'll call it the unmentionables. And I'm currently sitting here feeling Stapira's pain, and he's understandably receiving some treatment, and he can take as long as he needs. The coach and the manager for Cape Verde are just in deep conversation down the side here. He's a very fashionable man, his short sleeves, or his sleeves rolled up, and walking around is quite like his outfit, I'm not going to lie. And Stapira is finally back to his feet. He's going to have to leave the field of play as he has received treatment, and now Nigeria can take this corner. Cape Verde currently down to 10 men. The corner is a much better one, in towards the back post, headed back towards the edge of goal, and it's a poor clearance from Cape Verde. And then Collins, even, I don't know what he was thinking, the ball drops ahead of him. He was thinking of trying to hook it back over his head, I think, in towards the penalty area, and instead he's volleyed it out for a throw into Cape Verde down this right hand side. Really poor play from Collins, and he's having a very good second half. And the throw in now will come in for Cape Verde. It's going to be hooked straight back out of play by Ndidi, and it's going to be another throw into Cape Verde just 15 yards further up the field, still down the right hand side. And again they've run straight into Ndidi, and they're going to have a third throw in succession. This one's in exactly the same place as the previous one, and I wonder if Cape Verde here are going to try something a little bit different. No, they're going to give it straight back to Nigeria, but they present it to Andrade, and Andrade runs into Ndidi for a fourth time, and it's going to be yet another throw into Cape Verde down this right hand side, 5 yards inside the Nigerian half of the field. Though they could have thrown it into midfield there, but instead they went more cautious. Andrade can't control it, and guess what, Ndidi pushes it out for another throw into Cape Verde Islands. That's 5 in a row. 5 in a row down this right hand side, and every single one of them has come off of Ndidi. The Cape Verde Islands must be sick of the sight of him. This one's gone backwards and it's been volleyed forward, and that's not going to go out of play for a throw on the right hand side. But Cape Verde are trying to escape down the left in towards the left hand corner of the area. They've just being held up. It comes out now to the left hand corner. Too early a ball, but it's going to be volleyed back in towards goal onto the chest of Aribo. So appeals for handball. The referee was right there, said no. Osherman can't make it stick. Cape Verde Islands still coming down the right hand side. Andrade level with a penalty spot, tries for a cross. It's been deflected by Collins and is out for a Cape Verde Islands corner. Their second of the game, their first of the second half. It's going to be from the right hand side. We're approaching the 65-minute mark here in Lagos. It's still Nigeria 1, Cape Verde Islands 1. Cape Verde Islands have this corner from their right hand side. They've got a short option, but I think it's going to be ignored. They've pulled it out towards the right-hand corner of the area instead. It goes back to the corner taker, who's in an offside position, and that is absolutely woeful from the Cape Verde Islands. There's nothing worse than sending your big centre-halves forward, piling bodies into the box, only for a corner to go short, go back to the corner taker, who doesn't even bother trying to get into an onside position, and it's offside, and what a waste. And there's going to be a second double substitution now for Cape Verde Islands. So we'll see who's going to make way. 2 players just on the touchline at the moment. It's going to be Andrade who's going to make way. He's going to be the first player to go off, Patrick Andrade. He's had a very good game. And it's going to be Gilson Tavares. So there's going to be a second Tavares on the field, just to confuse me a little bit more. And then the second substitution, it's going to be Roca Santo to come off. And his replacement is going to come on the field eventually once Roca Santos has come out towards the byline. So Kenny Roca Santos is going to be replaced by Erickson Lima. And again, possibly another shape change for Cape Verde Islands. While all this is going on, there's a Nigerian player just sitting down at the edge of his own penalty area. I think it's Aribo who's down. Nigeria yet to make a single substitution in this game. Cape Verde Islands have made 4. In fact, it's Simon, that's down at the edge of the 18-yard box. And he's just getting some spray on his right thigh, on the outside of his right thigh at the moment. And they don't seem too concerned about him at the moment. But the delays are going on. All of this time will or should be added on at the end of the game, don't forget. And now the referee's in, or the the fourth official I should say, is in conversation again with the Nigerian coaching staff. And Simon is down, and they're not showing a great deal of concern for him, but he doesn't seem overly happy at the moment, does Simon, just sitting there and taking deep breaths. And he's going to be stretchered off here. He's moved onto a stretcher here, Simon, and this looks a much more... I didn't see what happened to him, to be honest with you. I didn't see where the impact was, but Simon here is sitting on a stretcher, and it looks like he's going to be carried off here for the field of play. There was a great deal of spray that went onto the outside of his right thigh, and they were sitting there for a while. They didn't look overly concerned, and then a stretcher appeared, and Simon's races run here, ladies and gentlemen, and he is going to be replaced. And Nigeria's substitution, first substitution of the day, is going to be an enforced one as Simon leaves the game on a stretcher, and Moses Simon here, his race is run, and he's going to be replaced by Abdullahi Shehu. So Shehu to come on for the stricken Simon, and that's Nigeria's first substitution of the day. We've played 3 quarters of this game here in Lagos, and that's a really good ball forward from the goalkeeper, and Osherman nearly snuck in there, but it was well watched at the end by Fortes, the centre half, and he volleys it out for a throw into Nigeria, very, very deep in Cape Verde Islands territory, level with the edge of the 6-yard box. Collins is just jogging away to get the ball. There was one a lot closer to him, incidentally, but Nigeria aren't going to make life easy for Cape Verde Islands by any stretch of the imagination. Don't forget, Cape Verde Islands in their last 3 victories, 2 of which have come from behind. The throw-in comes in by Collins and eventually is met by the centre half. It almost went all the way through to the back post, and Didi keeping it alive on the right-hand side. Here comes the substitution that's just come on to replace Simon. He turns it around the corner and he plays it straight into Stapira, the goal scorer for Cape Verde Islands. They've now got it midway inside their own half of the field. It's a poor ball forward, and Nigeria win it back, and they've got it in their right fullback position, infield towards Aribo, and then Didi takes over, sends it out to the right hand side. There's a good ball over the tops, headed clear though by Stapira, and Nigeria pick it up again through Aribo, just midway inside the Cape Verdean half of the field, 5 yards in from the right touchline. It comes back to Balogun, the centre half, and he's going to square it out to the right hand side again, out to the right channel. Early ball into the penalty area, but that one is over, everybody. Another poor ball, and it goes behind for a goal kick to Cape Verde Islands, who have got 20 and a half minutes left of the 90 to try and get back into this game. I say get back into this game, they need another goal. It is 1-1. They need to win this game in order to qualify. 1-1 is enough for Nigeria, but not for Cape Verde. The ball goes long over the top, good header down, won by Nigeria, and Ndidi sends it out towards the right hand side. They've got it just a couple of yards inside the Cape Verdean half, and Ndidi again will drop it out to the byline, right footed ball in towards the middle. Osherman couldn't get on the end of it, it was headed clear, and it's been won by Cape Verde. They've got it through Fortes, the fullback on the right hand side. He's going to hit it long up in the air, and it's going to be flicked on, is it? It is going to be flicked on by the striker Tavares, and Tavares looked like he'd taken an elbow in the face by Balogun, but it's Tavares himself that's been penalised. And again, that's another questionable decision from this referee. It looked like something of nothing, to be honest, and if there was a foul there, it should have gone in favour of Cape Verde Islands. That's not a foul at all. There's no foul there on the play. Nigeria have the free kick though, and they've moved it out towards Aribi on the right hand side of the centre circle. Awaziyam takes over. It comes back to Aribo, and now out towards the right hand side. Switching play to the left, and it's a really poor ball. Collins couldn't get there. He gave everything he could to actually get on the end of it, but it goes beyond Collins and out for a throw-in down this right hand side. Cape Verde all of a sudden in a hurry to move things on up towards halfway, and they poke it forward looking for the run there of Tavares, but too much on the poke, and it's going to be a throw into Nigeria. And Cape Verde Islands just really struggling to get anything going here. In the next 4 minutes, we played 71 minutes of the game here. It's still 1-1. In the next 4 or 5 minutes, I expect an all-out assault from Cape Verde Islands as they chase the goal they need to stay in the World Cup. One of these teams will be eliminated tonight, one way or the other. Cape Verde Island clear again, but it's picked up by Aribo. His header looking for Iwobi, didn't go on the end of it, and it's been picked up by Stapira and sent out to the left-hand side. Cape Verde Islands try and turn it round the corner through Moreira, but it bounces off of a Nigerian foot and goes out for a throw-in to Cape Verde Islands left-hand side midway through their own half of the field. Moreira takes the throw and he gets it back from one of the substitutes, and It was a poor touch back to him, and all he could do is hook it over his head. Nigeria win it back. Osherman trying to escape down the right-hand side. He's up to the right byline. A goal for Nigeria now would take a lot of the pressure off. They'd know that Cape Verde would need 2 in order to put Nigeria out. Indeed, he takes over. Midway inside the Cape Verde half. Down the right-hand side. That's an excellent tackle in the end from the Cape Verde man, Moreira, as he just gets there ahead of Ndidi and pushes the ball out for another throw-in to Nigeria down the right hand side. This one's in between the edge of the 18-yard box and the penalty spot, and they're just going to take their time as we expect them to. We know that a point is enough for Nigeria. Throw-in's going to come from Awaziem down this right hand side in towards the edge of the 6-yard box, headed clear by Awaziem up towards halfway, and there's a chase here for Tavares, but Balogun will get there quite easily and touch it back to the goalkeeper, who hits it first time. It's going to cross the halfway line again. They're looking for a throw in, but the flag goes up anyway, and it's an offside decision against Igalo, who goes down under that challenge. He has a couple of rolls and then picks himself up back to his feet, and he's walking just fine, which is no surprise. Cape Verde Island coming down the left hand side. They've just got it on halfway, and they're going to drop it back now to Fortes, and Fortes tries to spin it out towards the right hand side. He can't keep that in play though. Another really poor ball, and Cape Verde Islands, as I say, are just really struggling now to get anything going at all. Nigeria down the left hand side. Osherman, he tried to let it run under his body and just drop the shoulder, but unfortunately for him it hit his right shoulder, and that spun the ball away from his control. Cape Verde Islands can clear. Nigeria, but Balogun just goes across to the left-hand side of the area, and he tries to spin away from a late run coming from Collins on the other side, from Moreira, on the other side of the field. He just lost his footing at the vital moment, but managed to recover and clear. But Cape Verde Islands have it back with Stapira in the centre-half position. They drop it to the point of the centre circle, then work it out towards the right-hand side. Good touch forward is just going to slow everything down. Fortes, who's switched out towards fullback since the substitutions. Nice one too, and they're going to get in down the right hand side here. Balogun's gone across though, and Balogun puts it out for a throw in to Cape Verde Islands, level with a penalty spot down the right hand side. And this is the point of the game where I'm expecting Cape Verde Islands to throw everything forward. They've taken the throw in quickly, they get towards the edge of the box, the shot comes in, it's blocked up in the air. It's going to drop to Osherman, and Osherman does well to control it and find Igalo, and Igalo puts it to Osherman, and he outpaces the defender, and the goalkeeper comes out of his area. Excellent starting position for him, and he just gets there first and volleys the ball out for a throw in down the right hand side. But really good work from Osherman there, and a nice link up with Igalo. Just a little bit too much on the ball from Igalo, but take nothing away from the goalkeeper Vizina, who spotted the danger coming through the centre of the field. His excellent starting position, came out of the area and volleyed clear. Nigeria had to settle for a throw-in, which they've taken now, and they're just happy to keep the ball in the right-back channel for now. Turn around the corner by Ndidi. That's a poor ball, and it's going to be a throw-in to Cape Verde Islands, left-hand side of the field, down the left-hand side of the field, and it's a midway point, but they're going to make their final substitution of the game first. 5 substitutions for Cape Verde Islands to Nigeria's 1. Interesting. So we're just going to see who's going to lead. Joao Paulo Fernandez to go off, and Goncalves is going to come on the field of play. He's gone off the other side, so Goncalves can go straight in, and it's another attacking substitution from Cape Verde Islands. So we've got 14 and a half minutes of the 90 left to play in this huge African World Cup qualifying game. It's Nigeria 1, Cape Verde Islands 1, and Cape Verde Islands coming down the left-hand side. Goncalves, the substitute, gets in ahead. He plays it against the Nigerian defender Balogun, and it goes back out for a corner to Cape Verde Islands from the left-hand side. For the gamblers amongst you, that's 3 Cape Verde Islands corners. Nigeria have had a few, over 4, which is usually the most important number in my estimation. There's only been the one yellow card in this game now, and that's to Ndidi. Corner's going to come from the left hand side. Goncalves, who's just come, Verde Islands player, and it was headed clear, and it comes back out towards the left hand side of the area. Goncalves is really going to have to go to keep this in play, which he does manage to do, but it was right on the byline. He could find a Nigerian player in the form of Awaziem, and that are trying to come down through Osherman from Stapira as he just goes to ground and pushes the ball out for a throw-in to Nigeria midway inside the Cape Verde Islands half and down their right hand side. But before that can take place, Nigeria are going to make a double substitution, and Igalo is going to be the man to go off first, Odiunjudo Igalo, and he's going to be replaced by Kelshi Iniacho, the Leicester City man, the former Manchester City striker. Iniacho is on the field of play. And the second substitution, let's just see who goes off here for Nigeria. I should imagine this is a substitute to put the game to bed. It's going to be Aribo to make way. He's had a decent afternoon. And he's going to be replaced by Onyeka. So Onyeka is going to come on to replace Aribo. And the throw-in comes in from the right-hand side, and it's going to drop to the feet of Iniacho, and he gets in towards the penalty area, and a shot was blocked, and it was almost an instant impact from Kelo Iniacho. Cape Verde have managed to bring the ball away, though. They're under pressure, but they've worked it out towards the left-hand side, and this could be the moment for Cape Verde if they can work the ball. They're under pressure, and they got the ball all mixed up under their feet. It was really poor play, in truth, and Nigeria smuggle it clear, and now it's Alex Iwobi who pushes it in towards the path of Iniacho. He's got Odison in support on the right hand side of the area. Iniacho holds the ball up though, and he tries to go backwards and he gives it away. That's really poor from Kelo Iniacho. And now Cape Verde trying to come down their left hand side. They run straight into Collins, and they managed to buy a throw in off of Collins though. Good work from them, and this is going to be a frantic last 12 minutes, I suspect, here in Lagos. Cape Verde take the throw back towards the centre half area. Lopez then squares it out towards Fortes on halfway on the right hand side, plays in towards the feet of Goncalves, who's just come on for Cape Verde Islands. Nice 1-2, trying to escape down the left hand side. That's going to be a foul, and that's a harsh foul on Collins actually. He most certainly took the ball. The assistant, who was right there on that touchline though, decided that he won the ball with a little bit too much force, and it will be a Cape Verde Islands free kick. And this could be a very dangerous position, as Goncalves just got taken out really. He did get something on the ball, Collins, but wasn't the nicest of challenges. And on the initial viewing I thought it was slightly harsh, but I have changed my mind. And this free kick's 35 yards from goal, but only 2 yards in from the right hand touchline. It's an excellent opportunity for a cross. Is he going to find that corridor of uncertainty? Here he comes. He's gone down towards the channel instead and gone short, and Collins gets a foot in there and he pushes the ball out for a Cape Verde Islands corner, their fourth of the game, and it's from the right hand side. Excellent defending from Collins, really well worked, and this corner will come from the right hand side. Is it going to be a left footed in swinging delivery? We'll find out. Iwobi's just taken up his position to defend at the near post. He's got a side in. Lots of movement in and around the box. The referee's just sorting out some more pushing and shoving. Here comes the corner from the right hand side, headed up in the air. I think that's come off a Nigerian player last, and they're going to try and keep it in play through Tavares. It's come off a Cape Verde Islands player last. We've got 10 minutes to play here in Lagos, and it is still Nigeria 1, Cape Verde Islands 1, and that of course is enough for Nigeria to qualify for the next phase of qualification. Nigeria are becoming a bit of a they're becoming accustomed to qualifying for World Cups. Remember 1994, which was their first tournament, and the famous JJ Okocha and hand side. Excellent ball to release Iniacho down this left channel. Iniacho's being held up though, and he gets right to the byline, just trying to keep the ball in play. He does very, very well, the Leicester City man, and he finds the Everton man, Alex Iwobi. Alex Iwobi getting in towards the channel. Iniacho takes over. He may have been in an offside position anyway, but he lost his footing as he puts the ball across the 6 yard box, and Vashina just gathers it up and then tries to get Cape Verde Islands moving down this right hand side. They have to drop it off, still 10 yards back, two-touch football. Then it was a slightly loose pass, and Iwobi wins it back and then plays it in towards Osherman, and Osherman gets in towards the left-hand channel of the penalty area. He has got an option in the middle in the form of Kiliacho, but it would just stabbed wide. It was a poor ball back from Osherman in the end, and it's going to be a Nigerian corner from the left-hand side. Pushes it out for this corner from this left hand side. in the absence of Simon, who got stretched off earlier. It's going to be Iwobi, right-footed, in-swinging corner, in towards the back post, headed back across goal, and it's headed against a Cape Verde defender in the form of Fortes, and goes out for another corner, this time on the right-hand side. Iwobi's not going to trot across to take this one. It's going to be Iniacho, so it'll be the left foot of Kaleo Iniacho to take this corner. It may well swing in towards the near post. In fact, it goes in towards the far post. It goes over everybody, though. It's a dreadful corner from Iniacho, and it goes out for a goal kick to Cape Verde Islands, who have all of a sudden are in a bit of a hurry to get on with things. They've only got 7.5 minutes to try and find the goal they need, otherwise they will be out of the World Cup. So the goal kick is going to be on the left-hand side of the 6-yard box. Vagina takes it long, over halfway, it's up in the air, it's going to come down with snow on top. It's flicked on though, and the centre-half Balogun will just touch it back to Okiara. It's a relatively poor ball out from Okiana, but it was well defended by the centre-half in the end. It was actually a little bit better than I thought it was initially. Turned round the corner, and that's unlucky. It was turned round the corner looking for Mendes. As he was coming back, he just lost his footing, and it's going to be easy for Collins to clear left-footed up towards the channel, and Osherman takes it on his chest. He goes down far too easily, but the referees decided it is a free kick, and he was fouled unfairly, and it will be a free kick to Nigeria, left of centre, just on the... Oh, there's nothing in that at all. I'm just seeing a replay on my monitor, ladies and gentlemen, and Fortes didn't really do anything wrong. He just stood there, stood his ground, waited, and Osherman just waited for him to back into the centre half, and he goes down and buys a very cheap free kick. He's going to come in left of centre, 10 yards in from the halfway line. Collins was about to deliver it, but a bit of pushing and shoving on the left hand side between Fortes and Iwobi, and the game's just going to be Osherman rather, and the game's will be stopped. So Collins again is going to deliver this, left-footed, hangs it in towards the right-hand side of the area, but the goalkeeper Vagino is watching that all the way, and he gathers it at the edge of his 6-yard box. Drops the ball down for Cape Verde Islands, and they're trying to come forward, but they're not coming forward with particular menace. In fact, they're being held up, and they've had to drop the ball all the way back to Lopez, the centre half, and it goes back to the goalkeeper again, and they're going to try it on the right-hand side on this occasion. Good flick on in towards midfield, and not going to get on the end of it though, but they will bow a throw in 10 yards inside the Nigerian half down the right, which they've taken quickly, and they've released down this right channel, and he's done very well there, Mendes. He's sent Balogun for a hot dog, then he goes down, and Balogun there has to go into the book. Surely it was a horrible challenge from Balogun, and he will go into the referee's notebook, the number 6 for Nigeria. So he joins Wilfred and Didi, the only 2 players in the referee's notebook so far this afternoon, both for Nigeria, and more importantly, Cape Verde Island have a very good opportunity to put the ball into the box here. This is around about 5-6 yards outside of the right-hand side of the 18-yard box, level with the penalty spot. The big centre halves, Lopez has gone forward, so has Fortes. It's going to be delivered from the right-hand side. Deliveries in this game haven't especially been fantastic so far. This one's going to come in from Wagner. Wagner, the substitute, wearing number 11 for Cape Verde Islands. He poses himself. He just puffs out his chest. 4.5 minutes to play here. Can they find the goal they need to upset the odds? Before the kick can come in, the referee has spotted more pushing and shoving here, and he seems to be talking to the Nigerian defender more than anybody, so he's going to be keeping an eye on. Nigeria need to keep their hands down here. Nothing stupid from them. Now, here comes Wagner with the kick, right-footed, and it makes the header. It's going to come down for a shot. The shot comes in, it's blocked. Up in the air, it comes back down towards... Verde Islands 1. Nigeria at the moment are 3.5 minutes away, plus added on time, away from the next phase of African qualification. Okaya launches the ball right-footed over into the Cape Verde half of the field. Iniacho can't get on the end of it from the flick on from Osherman though, and it's been brought away for Cape Verde. Sent out to the left-hand side, the goal scorer Stapiro with his bright red hair. You can't miss him. He's going to keep moving down to this left-hand side, then finds a substitution, and the goal scorer Osimhen is going to come off here. He's had an excellent evening, but he ultimately he was starting to tire at the end, Victor Osimhen, and he's going to be replaced. He's had an excellent afternoon, and Paul Onioho is going to come on to replace him for the final minute and a half of the 90 plus added on time. Cape Verde side, they play it onto halfway and they move it in towards the centre circle. They're still in their own half of the field though, and they've given it away. That's a really poor ball, and Iniacho brings it forward for, it's unlucky, and Oniana tried to take over. He's just come on. If he'd been on the field a few seconds longer, then perhaps he might have made more of that. He had Iniacho for support on the right hand side, but he couldn't find him, and Cape Verde Islands won the ball back, but they've given it away in midfield. They've sent it out towards Collins now for Nigeria, 5 yards inside the Cape Verde half of the field. That's a good ball forward, and the flag's going to go up though, and that's just as well for the goalkeeper really, because he came out half-heartedly, and the substitute Oniana managed to turn it back round the corner into the area where Iniacho may have gone in for a tap-in, but ultimately the flag had already gone up, and we're inside the 90th minute here. He's onside as well, incidentally, ladies and gentlemen. The replay's just popped up on my monitor, and that's a really poor decision from the assistant. It was really poor goalkeeping as well, but the blushes have been spared as Cape Verde have the free kick, and it's been sent by Fortes up towards halfway, and he turns it around the corner, and that's a really good ball, and that's not a foul. That is an unbelievably poor decision. Decision from the assistant. The ball was played forward, looking for the run of Wagner, the substitute, and Collins goes across. It was shoulder to shoulder at most. It was Collins who was the aggressor anyway. He goes down, and the assistant flags like a madman down this side. Flags like a madman and gives Nigeria